Okay, when we multiply a whole number by 10, okay, or 100 or 1,000, it's really easy, okay, because when we look at this here, we multiply by 10 here, you just got to notice here we've got a single zero in 10, so what we do is we simply add a zero, yeah? Now we know 3 times 10 is 30, but we can think of it as add a zero because we times it by 10 and there's a single zero in 10. You've got this here. Now we might know that to be 800 straight away, but we can think of it, yeah, because we times it by 10, there's a single zero here, add a zero, okay? Same here, add a zero, you get 830, okay? Now here, 7,000 times 10, you might see straight away that's 70,000, okay? We can write this in figures, 7,000 times 10, well, add a zero, okay? So we end up having 4 zeros, so 70,000. 40,000 times 10, you might see that straight away as 400,000. If I write this in figures, 40,000 there, okay, there's your 3 digits, 300 cents units, and then you've got your 40 there, times 10, add a zero. So we have 400,000. And then here then, lastly on this page, 5 million times 10, well, straight away you might see that as 50 million, okay, which is what it is. In figures, 5 million, okay, well, 6 zeros in 5 million times 10, we're going to add a zero, we end up having 7 zeros. Now, if you want to, you can write the 7 zeros out without putting commas in, and then we put commas in afterwards. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, and you can see then 50 million. Now, that sort of technique applies when you're times by 100 as well, or 1,000 or 10,000. Now, when you times by 100, of course, now you notice in 100 there's 2 zeros, yeah? So we're going to add 2 zeros on. So you know 7 times 100 is 700. But ultimately, we're adding 2 zeros onto the 7. Same here, okay? We've got 90 times 100. Well, we add 2 zeros onto 90. We get 9,000, okay? Here, add 2 zeros on. We get 7,300. Okay, here then, 970 times 100, well, you can just add 2 zeros on. Now there's already 970 there, add 2 zeros onto that, you get that there, and that would be 97,000. Here, this is the amount of money here, and you times it by 100. Quite simply, you're just going to add 2 zeros onto it. Okay, don't worry about commas for the minute. Okay, but if you add 2 zeros on, we end up with that, okay? And then we could put the commas in, 1, 2, 3 digits, comma, so that would be 435,100. 6 million times 100, well, you see that as 600 million, yeah? But you could write out 6 million times 100, and that would be adding on 2 zeros, so that means that you end up having 8 zeros. As I said, don't worry about the commas. Put the commas in afterwards. I would put commas in though, quite a large number. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see there, 600 million. Times it by 1,000. Okay, this principle works, right? It just keeps on going. So times by 1,000, well, we add on 3 zeros. Okay, so 80,000 of course. Okay, so there's 3 zeros in 1,000. 6,000 times 1,000. Now you might not understand what that number would be in terms of words, okay, but you realize here I'm adding on 3 zeros. So I'll write it down here. So I start off with 6,000, add on 3 zeros. Straight away then you could see you've got 6 million. Okay. Then we've got this 67,000 times 1,000. Well, let's put this in figures to start with. 67,000 times 1,000. Okay, so then you've got 67,000, add 3 zeros. You can see then we've got 67 million. Okay, that's what that becomes, 67 million. Lastly then here, 95 million times 1,000. Okay, so let's put this in figures. Okay, 95 million, 6 zeros of course in a million, times then 1,000. Okay, so we're going to have then 3 zeros added on, so in effect then, because I'm adding on 3 zeros, just have that there, okay, which we often see that as 95 billion, okay. You can leave it like that.